They'll run on first down. Pitts, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach. His weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger. Hey, we got to seal. We got to seal. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Mike 9. Hey, we got to get to 9. Mike over there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ready? 60 Bison. We ain't giving up nothing today. Watch out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's caught left side by Judy. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
They run the counter. Pitts. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. And now it's 3rd down and inches. Pitts. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On the option, here's Eckler. Pushes him aside at the 45. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Watch the pass. 51's Mike. Mike's 51.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Hurt. 45's the mic. 45's the mic. Here we go. Let's bring it. Hey, check that. Street. Bring it. Check.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
Street. Motion. Buffalo 18. 45. Mike, 45. Here we go. Hey, check, Mike.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Don't say nothing. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Showing it, showing it. Hurt. Check 9, check 9.
A handoff, it's Eckler. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Ellsworth being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A huge play there for Denver.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
And a loose football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
On the option, here's Eckler. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
At his 48-yard line, a 7-yard pickup.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 70 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On the give, this is Eckler. A nice little juke. And he works free. Now room for Eckler. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. That is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Chargers 7, Broncos 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again. That's into a crowd, and oh, he coughed it up. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 42.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. I got one.
From the gun, Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Now Eckler. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Here they come, 2nd and 10 now from the 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Ellsworth. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Flushed out right. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Broncos. Well, CD, you know, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Wishnowski set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. "19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and 3, Herbert. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that, but if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
51's a mic, boys. 51.
Herbert on 3rd down now. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Now, these two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visitors getting the win there. So they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Even. 4 down. Even. Watch the safety creep.
It's Eckler again. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Check. Hey, check. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Come on.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Hamler now on the return. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Ellsworth. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Hawk 70. Ricky. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic. So we got man.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Brings up 2nd down.
You got it, son. 45's the mic. Let's get the ball street. 45. Mike, 45. Check Mike.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Hurt. He's mine.
Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Going on the ground with Eckler. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 143 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
4 at the Broncos' 9-yard line.
Second down at 4.
50 wants the mic. They're going to need some therapy after this. Go, Mike, go.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there.
Watch left. Tight. Watch left.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And Eckler will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack. Going to stop him short of the first down. He needed 2. He got 1. And that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
First and goal at the 4-yard.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Point after try forthcoming. And that makes it 14-10.
Is good. Makes the score Chargers 14, Broncos 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
Here we go. Under 10. Slip.
On 1st down, Pitts. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ellsworth. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Ellsworth. He'll go up top here for Hamler. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. McManus's point after is good, and it's now 17-14.
17. Chargers 14. Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Here comes Harris out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Complete to number 38. 10 yards on the pickup.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run on first down. Pitts, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
45's the mic. I got him. 45's the mic. Let's go, defense. Out they go.
Now it's Herbert. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
At the 34-yard line, a gain of 9. It's 4th down.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Pitts. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Ellsworth. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give them 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Slam. Hey, check that. Street.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and
Herbert.
At the 24.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Hey! Riggs! The mic. 45's the mic. I'm coming. 45.
On first down, it's Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 15. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Second and 7.
Mike, here we go. 70 Lion. Go, Rig, go. Give me that ball, defense. Give me. Go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
Brought down at the 20-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Pitts, and he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
the Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get them about 5 yards.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Here we go. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Mike 51's the ready?
From the 40 now on second down. Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Second and goal from the 6 this time.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Mike 9. Mike 9. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
We got to seal. We got to seal. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Denver, their hopes of finishing above 500 stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.